Welcome back to the Unaware Altair Meister Anime Review. Episode number 4. We're actually reviewing the last 6 episodes because I watched 3 of them last night. I watched episode 10 this morning, and I watched 11 until my breaks today. So, in these episodes, basically in episode 7, Kurt and his group get eggs. And then while the girls are chatting, and then of course he tells them, oh crap, one of them hatched and something weird has happened. How weird is it? A toddler came out of the egg. And she's calling him Papa. When she sees Alicia, calls her Mama. The third princess calls her Mama. When she sees Sister, calls her Big Sis. I'm like, okay. And they've settled on a name later on. I think it's Keita, I think her name is. Let me just make sure I get the name here for this one, because this little girl is so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable, this little girl. Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's let the main character become a parent to Akari. And of course, basically, Yoshia and sends basically samples. I don't know what she is, per se. And I like the fact that Sista is referred to as the Big Sis. I thought that was kind of cute. So, then of course, they should stay, which of course she will. And then they go on. Well, apparently Latia can't stay with her for some reason. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird that she can't see a girl who sees her as her mother. Like, is she jealous of the attention? Possibly. Yeah, and then of course, this is quite interesting. So, then, in the very next episode, where you have Kurt and Alicia go on a trip, and then they hear someone talking in the carriage they're using. Probably the carriage is empty, and the carriage is Akari. And apparently her ability is whooshing, basically teleporting. And then when she arrives at the location, like, oh, this old man. And then of course, this Dar shows up and says, oh, I didn't know we're getting newlyweds with her adorable baby girl. And of course, Alicia's basically shocked at this. Yeah, and the fact she can't move for about 5 minutes because she's so shocked at the fact that she's referred to as Kurt's wife. So basically, their assignment is to take care of these pigs, who apparently not eating well. He, of course, makes some stuff. And then a dragon shows up. Yes, a blue dragon. Which Kurt's like, no, it's perfectly fine. Because apparently, if you pair this stuff, it's natural for a dragon to show up. And I was like, no, it's not. Probably where he's from. And then, all of a sudden, we have another weird person showing up. We have what he first was a dragon slayer. Yes, this dark skin, this very much like grayish skin woman with this like, of course she's got a big chest, obviously, with like a magic circle on her chest. She's got like a thing across her face, and she's got like claws like she's Wolverine. And her appearance reminds me of, like, the way she is here. She reminds me a lot of Asajj Ventress from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That's what she reminds me of. And of course, they go for a while, and of course, she releases a fireball, which you basically have Akari basically just pop out of nowhere, and she has to cancel the own flame, and then she's basically knocked out, and then of course then they fly back, and of course they're dropping Alicia with Akari. By the way, the Dragon Slayer is voiced by Monica Rial. You're like, really? This woman's voiced Monica Rial? Yes. I was kind of surprised to see this myself, the fact that she voiced her in this one, which makes this now the 48th series I've seen her in now. You're thinking, 48? Yeah, I know that's a lot, but yeah, there's that. Yep. And then, of course, he gives her aphrodisiac. She doesn't move. But, of course, she's kind of defeated. Of course, she is brought to, well, the Atelier, basically the manor, which is kept in the basement. You have Mikio, where she's like, targeting her. She's like, I won't answer any questions unless I talk to the man who defeated me. Oh, excuse me, the boy who defeated me. And it was Kurt. So, she reveals her name as Sofa. Also, she has horns. Yep, she is a demon. This one initially they refer to as an elf, but yeah, she's a demon because she's got horns. Oh yeah, and also the fact that during the fight, he mentioned the name Hilga, which of course she made her debut in episode 6. Where she reveals that Hilga is now captive by a local count. The reason? Something to do with immortality, per se. And, of course, the upcoming festival. Oh, yeah, and they also introduced to the fake Meister. Yes, he's an illusion cast by, of course, Latte. His name is Rokuto. Oh, by the way, the woman's name is Solar Flare. Yeah, and then of course you see the next episode wearing a different outfit but in chains. Because of course they attacked her. Of course she killed one of the phantoms. So then they plan out their strategy. So then we have a date. We have like, okay, so 2 days we have until basically the capture. And then you have Latte pick first. And it's her turn basically to be, everyone thinks that she and Kurt are husband and wife. Unlike Alicia, basically, who was shocked about this, Latte is like very happy. He's like, yippee! He's like so happy. Yeah, she's having she and of course Akari along with Kurt are having so much fun. And then of course Yadare is the next day. They see the mansion. Oh yeah, and also during this, like, he prepares these steam buns, but he needs water. So then he gets permission from the hot spring, and of course there's other. The reason we helped with this group because they were attacked by these ruffians, and there's this other stall who apparently has won the past 2 years. And it turns out the reason why he's won because intimidating his opponents with thugs destroying their equipment. And apparently it's hot spring water, and he used it to make a foot bath, which becomes very popular. And then the very next day, he's summoned to the Count. Like, oh look, there's a mysterious door they can't go in. And of course, there's Akari, who just teleports them just to the door that's impenetrable. And he proceeds to unlock it. By the way, they do mention that his wife died mysteriously, and then his daughter died the year prior, supposedly. And then when he opens the door, he's like, oh, this woman's actually the daughter, except she's actually suffering to a curse that ages her up to look like an old lady. He, of course, gives some food, which does play a role in the finale, by the way. And then, of course, look for Hilga, which, of course, when he runs to Hilga, basically after she's freed, he's like, oh, you haven't changed one bit. And Hilga smacks him like, that's your fault! You did this! What had happened was that she had actually ate some poison flower. He made some concoction that made her stop aging for some reason. It's not really clear exactly why. And of course, Kurt thinks it's been 10 years. As a matter of fact, it's revealed. I'll get to that. So, and then of course, they're about to do something with the Count, like about to kill him because of course the daughter. And then she comes out. Just like previously as an old lady, here she's been restored to her natural age because all the Count wanted to do was undo this curse. Oh, by the way, he tried to summon basically a demon, but the Leyland's moving thanks to the water. So, and then we're introduced to a man named Scripter, who apparently is like a writer demon. And, like, ooh, let's basically summon the same demon lord that the group fought back in episode 6. He returns here, it's like, oh, you haven't seen Melina, of course. And, by the way, when, of course, basically where Helga is given some bread, of course, this is hard bread, this is so funny. And then he sees the experience like, oh, there used to be hundreds of you guys. I thought you were all dead. Yes. And the Lord's like, what? And of course there's hard, and of course you have Helga and John like, ha ha ha, you think you survived this? Like, yeah, let's basically hard bread. Like, hard bread? He basically just becomes a comedy show with him basically just being sincere about stuff, and that kills the demon. You're like, what the heck? Of course, to count himself will see penance by working for the Illuminate. Oh yeah, and also because of this, Kurt is named a knight because of his affair. Probably because basically he started a successful business. Yeah, he did. And he, of course, he's unofficially been named a viceroy. He does not know. He actually is the official viceroy, but he doesn't know he's the viceroy. I think it's some other person. And so the fake monster names Kurt the proxy meister while he goes back to the capital. But yeah, this season was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I do recommend people to check this out because this series was just pure fun. And because the series is finished up, I'm not going to go back to Jiraiya. But next time I have to go get some dinner. Basic dinner's ready. But as for anime, that depends. I have not seen it uploaded yet. Maybe it skipped a week. I hope not. Okay? Next video. Bye.